Stay in this specific issue. If we're talking about IS, Israeli security forces have arrested 5 Arab youths from Nazareth on suspicion of training with weapons and holding secret meetings after coming under the influence of the Islamic State ideology. Prosecutors charged the man with severe security offenses, including illegal possession of weapons and supporting an illegal organization. Shai, let's try to understand. This phenomenon is getting bigger and bigger. Just a few months ago, you did a big report about Israeli Arabs taking the ideology of ISIS and actually going and fighting with ISIS abroad.
Right.
This is starting to be a real fight for the security officials here in Israel.
Right. It's definitely a major challenge, and we're seeing a certain pattern repeat itself, really. This isn't even the first cell in the Nazareth area, and we were talking about previous cells in Hura, for example, in the Negev in the south there, and also other incidents. Specifically, this cell, we're talking about 5 men from the city of Nazareth between the ages of 19 and 27. The members of this cell would typically get together, talk about jihad, and also practice shooting in a forest.
We're talking about members from the same family, right?
Right. These are all members of the same family, an extended family. They did practice shooting, and they were in possession of 2 crude firearms, old, you could say, relatively primitive firearms. But it seems that their main aspiration was really to leave Israel and to join the fights, if they could, in Iraq or Syria. And that seems to be the pattern that has been repeating itself with the other cases as well. That is usually the main inspiration or aspiration. And that is interesting because it's an indication that the Israeli security services are able to crack down and are able to keep these terrorist cells' ability to actually perform terrorist activities inside Israel at a minimum. We're talking about very crude weapons. You don't see a similar situation to what we saw last week in the U.S., where a couple was able to basically collect a military arsenal, you could say, in their own home without basically raising any eyebrows.
Yes, Shai Ben Ari, thank you very much. And if we're